Hello, and the Black Ops Cold War Alpha is over, which you guys know this. Comment down below right now what you think of the Cold War Alpha. Do you hate it? Do you like it? Because it seems in the entire Call of Duty community, it seems like it has mixed reviews. It's definitely not one of the most hated Call of Duties, like Infinite Warfare, and it's definitely not one of the most loved Call of Duties, like Black Ops 3/Black Ops 2. Black Ops 4 was also like a mixed Call of Duty. A lot of people liked it, a lot of people hated it. Towards the end, I feel like most people hated Black Ops 4, considering just the practices they used were very greedy and scummy. But the gameplay was just perfect in my opinion. Everyone has their own opinion on what makes the Call of Duty great. Either way, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about why it is hated, and I have a lot of just straight up facts that I want to go through that might make you change your mind about this game. One of the most important is just not being a sheep. Either way, the first thing I want to talk about is the animations. Now, I actually don't understand why the animations are getting hate. A lot of people actually don't, but a lot of people seem to be hating the animations. There was actually a video that was Modern Warfare reload animations versus Cold War animations, and it's actually insane. It got a lot of feedback, and basically the community hates the Cold War animations, which I actually don't understand. If you look at the AK animation from Modern Warfare Cold War, and then the Modern Warfare animation, I mean, side by side, you can see the differences, but I don't know if I'm just blind, but like I don't see much of a difference. Like, they have their different animations, yes, but it's not a bad animation. Like, I don't understand how you think this is a bad animation. I mean, it's not like it's glitching out or something, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but honestly, I don't see much of a difference. And it's definitely not a game changer in my opinion. I mean, the animations definitely do not make a game. I mean, if you see the comments right here, bang, 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 you can see they seem to think animations are the most important thing about a game, and that's not true. One thing I will agree with the community is the sound in this game is definitely interesting, but one thing that the community doesn't seem to understand is the sound is coming from Black Ops 3. Yes, the gun sounds are pretty much the same sounds as in Black Ops 3, and Black Ops 3 was loved. And no one complained about the sound in Black Ops 3 at all, and so I feel like they're finding something to hate about this game, and they're sticking onto it. Because with Call of Duty, the funnest thing about Call of Duty is hating on it. That's just a fact. Poor Infinite Warfare. I mean, let's be honest, Infinite Warfare wasn't that bad if you actually played it. That's besides the point. And speaking more about animations, the movement in this game, like the sliding, isn't actually that bad. A lot of people think it's very slow and just buggy and stuff, which I feel like it is to an extent, like a tiny bit buggy. I mean, there were some issues with this bit alpha, but guys, it is an alpha. Look at this, 335.22 blah 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 alpha game. It's an alpha, guys. Either way, I'm sorry if I'm getting defensive, but honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, yeah, the sounds were from Black Ops 3, and I guess you guys think it has bad sounds, which I disagree. To an extent, I think it's not as good as Modern Warfare, but I mean, Treyarch tends to go with the more arcadey style. Either way, the movement is from Black Ops 4. This is the exact movement we had in Black Ops 4, and Black Ops 4 was praised for its movement. It was praised like it was some kind of holy game from the Treyarch franchise that when it came out, Black Ops 4 is trash. Black Ops 4 movement was amazing in my opinion, and I think Black Ops Cold War's movement is just as good because it's literally the same movement. Yes, it was ported over, so it's a little buggy, but the movement's really good in this game, and especially compared to Modern Warfare's movement, in my opinion, at least the speed-wise, definitely Modern Warfare's movement is a lot more clean, but it's definitely not as fast as this. They did tweak it a little bit compared to Black Ops 4, so it's a little different, but it's basically the same thing. One of my least favorite things about it is you can't even drop shot, which is a bad thing in my opinion. I mean, I was drop shotting a lot in this game just because I'm so used to Modern Warfare, but it's not a terrible thing. One thing I want to talk about real quick though is that this game has a lot of good things going for it. So just nitpicking the movement and animations and stuff is just very sheep-like, and if you don't know what that means, it basically means people are nitpicking this game because they want to find something to hate about it, because they can't afford it, and or because they saw someone else hating it, and so they want to join the fun. I mean, that is one of the funnest things to do in Call of Duty. Now, talking about how slow this game is, they say this game is very slow, which honestly, I disagree. I mean, how slow a game is, in any game, depends on how slow you're moving. If you camp in a game, you will think the game is slow. If you're fast in a game, you will think it's fast-paced. Modern Warfare can be fast-paced sometimes, even though it's one of the most slowest Call of Duties, kind of like Call of World War II, but it all depends how you play the game. I play Modern Warfare decently fast, but they really push towards the more campy style, so it is really hard to get gameplays, especially for Modern Warfare. But with this game, I didn't feel like I was getting pushed to be a slower player. I feel like I could really play however I wanted to. Whether that's being on the sand dunes sniping, going and rushing in the satellite, or just playing a little slower on Moscow. I feel like I had a lot more gameplay variety than Modern Warfare had, and which I think is amazing. So I feel like a lot of people coming from Modern Warfare are used to camping, so they play slow, and they complain that it's a slow game, which it's really not. I don't know if it's my lobbies were different, but my games felt pretty fast. And yes, skill-based matchmaking is in here, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, getting to a higher lobby can maybe make some of the players camp, but I still didn't see it as much as Modern Warfare. Honestly, it was a little slower than Black Ops 4, but a little faster than Modern Warfare, so it's kind of like a nice in-between, which I really dig. Obviously, I would like a little more faster, but it honestly is not a game breaker for me at all. It's much faster than Modern Warfare, so I'm not even gonna complain. At all. I mean, as you see in the background gameplay, I mean, you see I'm going fast. At least decently. I mean, I've had games in Modern Warfare that... My max games in Modern Warfare is like 20 to 30 kills per game. Sometimes a little higher, sometimes a little lower, depending how the game is. But that's basically my average in Modern Warfare. Unless I'm playing Shipment, it tends to be a slower game. This, I'm like 40 to 50 kills when I play Domination Easy, and TDM, 30 to 40. Around 40 to 50 kills each game is pretty good compared to Modern Warfare, so I don't know why people think it's so slow. It might have something to do with kill streaks. As you see in this clip right here, the kill streaks are brutal. One thing with the airstrike, if you put something down, it'll go instantly. If you put a marker down, it will attack that spot instantly. It will not wait until you hit enter or until you select all 3 locations. No, you hit it, it will go. Which is actually definitely a good little buff in my opinion. I'm not sure when they changed this because I don't use artillery strikes much. I think the last time I really used it was like called World War II. Either way, it's pretty brutal, and if you know the map, you will dominate. As you saw right there, I got so many kills with that in that little clip, and that's because I knew the map. Unlike Modern Warfare, this game's map design is actually fantastic. To an extent. Yeah, the sand dunes has a really annoying sniping areas, but that's just part of this map, and I feel like the maps are like 10 times greater than Modern Warfare ever could even make. Modern Warfare maps are awful, and Cold War's maps are definitely very fun. In my opinion, the only bad map in this alpha was Miami. I don't really care for Miami, but Satellite was very fun, and I think you guys can agree with me. Moscow was also a blast, especially if you get to know the maps. It plays a lot better than Modern Warfare. These maps aren't as random as Modern Warfare, and if they were, I wouldn't have got that massive streak. The streaks are broken in this game, and it's fun. As you see, we're pretty much towards the end of the gameplay, and you see me dominating with the chopper gunner. I think I get hit twice with the rocket launcher, and I still don't go down. It's very good and very awesome. I like how the streaks don't blow up so easily, because in Black Ops 1, the streaks were broken, and I love, in this game, they're broken also. Which is very awesome, and I love that. Modern Warfare, I feel like the streaks weren't as good, and weren't as powerful, so it was definitely a downer, you know? Kill streaks are one of the big things in Call of Duty that makes this game very, very important. The last thing I want to talk about, guys, is skill-based matchmaking, which is one of the main reasons I think this game is getting hate. I think without skill-based matchmaking, this game wouldn't get much hate. I mean, it really doesn't deserve that much hate. It is an alpha, and honestly, I see excuses saying, well, Modern Warfare had an alpha. Yeah, but that was only one game mode with 2 people. A 2v2 match. It's a little different with having kill streaks and the gunsmith. We didn't get to use the gunsmith in the Modern Warfare alpha, so we get a lot more content with this alpha. So I think you guys should give it a little bit of slack. Either way, skill-based matchmaking, yes, I hate it. But honestly, skill-based matchmaking isn't as bad as in this game as in Modern Warfare. Hear me out. Yes, it's the same thing, but since this game has a little more health, it takes a little more skill for you actually to get kills or whatever. Meaning, you can't die from a camper in a corner because everyone's camping. Because of skill-based matchmaking, everyone wants to get kills and they're all camping, and I hate Modern Warfare. But in this game, I felt like no one was really camping that much and it wasn't that bad. But yes, I agree, skill-based matchmaking shouldn't be in Call of Duty. I don't know why they're wanting to ruin Call of Duty because of skill-based matchmaking. It is not a Treyarch decision, it is an Activision decision, which is super unfair to us and the developers. But there's nothing we can do about skill-based matchmaking. I mean, skill-based matchmaking was trending all weekend, which I'm so proud of the Call of Duty community. I am so proud of you guys. You guys are so amazing. Like, it's actually unbelievable in how much power we have, or that we want to have, because I honestly don't feel like we got much if Activision isn't changing stuff. Modern Warfare received a lot of hate for skill-based matchmaking also, and nothing changed, so I feel like nothing's gonna change now. And honestly, it makes me sad that my favorite game might get ruined because of skill-based matchmaking. But with the core gameplay value of this game, I feel like it's just way better than Modern Warfare. That is my opinion. But they also didn't have 3 years to make this game. They only like 2 years because they got pushed in from because Sledgehammer was slacking or whatever it is. So they are reusing a lot of stuff from Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4 stuff. And when people complain about that stuff, it just doesn't make any sense. Besides the fact that you bought Black Ops 3 with all that sound and they're just reusing assets because they're kind of recycling a game that you already bought. But other than that, I hope they remove skill-based matchmaking. I really doubt it though. And trust me, you guys do have a reason to hate skill-based matchmaking. It's awful. Supposedly skill-based matchmaking was in every single Call of Duty. There was a tweet. I'm sure everyone have seen it so far. There was a tweet about a guy, one of the creators of Black Ops 2 saying it was in Black Ops 2 because he's the one who implemented it. But here's what I'm gonna say to that. You're actually wrong. Skill-based matchmaking was in Black Ops 2, but it wasn't how you expected it. And trust me, I know this. I've been playing Call of Duty since the very dawn of time. And I don't know why a lot of creators aren't talking about this, but skill-based matchmaking, this is how it worked in Black Ops 2. It would match people with your internet connection, having the best internet connection as possible, and then it would divide the teams depending on skill, which was your skill-based matchmaking. It was very different than Modern Warfare, and in this game, Cold War. That's basically all there was to it in Black Ops 2, so you really didn't notice any effect. They would try and balance the teams that was in that current lobby, and that was basically it. Now, obviously, I'm not a game developer, so I don't know for a fact, but that's how I remember it being. But with Modern Warfare and Cold War, they search the lobby depending on your skill, not internet connection. I'm sure they do both, but it does have to do with skill. And so you get into harder lobbies constantly, instead of just having a balanced team when the teams aren't balanced. It's a bit different, and that guy is very, very ignorant if he thinks it's the same. It's not. Now, I could completely be wrong about that, but that's just how I viewed it, and I felt like it was very disrespectful. I feel like the guy just thinks they're the same, and they're really not. I mean, I feel like the players know a bit more about how the game should be than the actual creators, and I guess that's kind of like, I guess you might disagree with that, but I feel like the players should definitely have an input on how the game is played. Either way, guys, that's gonna be it. I hope you guys liked the alpha. It was very fun. I loved it. But of course, there was some stuff a lot of people didn't like, but I feel like this game shouldn't be getting as much hate as it is right now. I mean, I had a blast. I hope you guys had a blast, and peace.